I get asked this question a lot by my friends and my family who know that I've spent most of my career in startups and scale ups, but even my founders and executives. And here it is. What's the biggest mistake you still see startups and startup leaders in particular making? And the answer usually surprises people because it hasn't really changed. It's not lack of ambition. It's not bad ideas. It's not even really poor execution. It's that leaders still often confuse motion with progress. They believe that moving faster will fix uncertainty, and sometimes early on it might. But at scale, that instinct quietly starts working against them. Here's the pattern that I see over and over. A startup gains traction. There is momentum, maybe funding, maybe even some strong early customers. And leadership with excitement responds by doing more. More initiatives, more hires, more launches. From the outside, it looks like growth. Internally, though, clarity starts to slip. Teams stay busy, but it gets harder to explain what's actually driving results. Decisions stack faster than learning, and instead of slowing down to recalibrate, leaders just double down on speed because pausing feels risky, even when not pausing is technically riskier. Here's the misconception, that speed creates certainty. It doesn't. Speed only amplifies what you already understand or what you don't. When leaders push for velocity without insisting first on alignment, that unintentionally trains the organization to execute before it understands. And that's when drift begins. Not failure just yet, but drift. The company keeps moving, but further away from what actually drives growth. And the danger is, this doesn't show up in dashboards right away. It shows up in hesitation, in friction, in this quiet sense that execution feels heavier and harder than it really should. And the real cost isn't just rework or inefficiency, though that definitely comes later. The cost is losing the pulse check. Leaders stop hearing what customers are actually saying. Teams stop surfacing concerns early. Metrics start confirming narratives instead of challenging them. And by the time performance forces the conversation, options are unfortunately often pretty limited. Most startups don't fail because leaders weren't trying hard enough. They fail because they were moving too fast to notice what they were missing. So, what do strong leaders do differently? Well, the best leaders that I worked with don't reject speed, but they do govern it. They pause just long enough to ask better questions. What decision will this inform? What would we change if this doesn't work? What are we deprioritizing to make this possible? They understand that slowing down strategically is what allows them to move faster later without breaking alignment or trust. I'm sure you've heard the old adage, crawl, walk, run. Well, here it is in action. So if you're leading a startup, here's the question I'd leave you with. Are you moving fast because you're clear or because standing still feels uncomfortable? Speed isn't the enemy, but unexamined speed is. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to explore more, you can find other videos here on leadership, growth, and the signals that startups tend to miss. Thanks, guys.